Good morning, viewers. Welcome back to our channel. Today is Thursday, May 20th, 2021. We are going to cover our Darkling Beetle Life Cycle Lab. And once again, we have Mrs. Sanchez jump of our lab. She's awesome. There we go. Also, we are here with our young scientists. We are prepared, we are ready, and we are going to get this lab started right now. All right, on this side of the board, we have our how do insects grow and develop over time images. As you can see, both the darkling beetle and the monarch butterfly both start out as an egg. Then they go into the larva stage. Right here, they go to pupa, and then finally, the adult stage. Some questions to keep in mind are, where are their eyes located? How do you think it eats? Or what do you think it eats? What are different parts of the body that you see? And then what are certain protection that these insects have? How are they protected? Do they have some sort of armor? Do they have some sort of defense to help them fight off their enemies? Within each group, we have our class section off into table rows, and we also have our tables in the back. So with our rows, we have our scientists right here. And as you can see, we have our insects encased in this glass. Now with this glass, they have a magnifying lens right there on top, and you're able to look at the animal and look at all the different features, which are pretty cool, I must say. Now, as you take a stroll around the classroom with us in our camera, our 8K camera, that is, once again, we have the setup. Now, some of the casings have darkling beetles. Some of them have mealworms, okay? Now, over here, my friends, can you show what happens when one of them have a battle and something happens to their body? Yes, as you can see, it gets pretty real around here. And over here you have a head, you have a wing, you have an abdomen, and this has happened as a result of combat and also with shedding and just natural things that go on in the bug world. Over here we have their terrarium. Well, we have more. They're actually underneath here. You cannot see them, but we actually have to clean this out and switch out the eggs and add more stuff for our friends inside of here that are still alive with us. Now, as our friends are working on their question and answering and also their observation, friend, what is something that the darkling beetle eats in order to survive?
Like dried oatmeal or grains, nuts.
Okay, grains, oats, anything else? What's right in front of you?
Carrots.
Yes, carrots. Carrots is also a good food source for our darkling beetles. It provides a lot of energy, and also it has some fluid, some liquid, because darkling beetles do not acquire a lot of water, but water is needed in order to help them survive because all living organisms need water to survive, correct? Okay. Now, my friend right here, what is something else that you have noticed with your observation?
I have noticed that we've learned this in the previous days that they have this kind of armor, I'd like to say, called an exoskeleton,
Correct.
and it basically how should I say this? It basically will protect them as they fight for food and other just valuable resources, I would say.
Okay. Okay, so they need that protection in order to help them survive, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Okay, so our friend, you said, ladies, can you elaborate on what has also happened that's a part of the life cycle?
Um, some of the different parts of the body we'll see here is its head, their legs, their antennae, their eyes as well.
Right. And also what has happened in the terrarium is mating. Yes, we are bigger students, older students, and this is stuff that we also cover in science. So over there in the terrariums, we have eggs that have, here we go, let me get closer. Okay, so we have eggs in there as a result of mating. So once the eggs hatch, it will go through different cycles as well, from the pupa, also the egg, pupa, larva, mealworm, and then to the actual darkling beetle itself. All right, so we have a new friend that joined us from online, and he's now face to face. So now he is a part of the YouTube family. And let's go ahead and talk about your findings.
I'm talking about what does it eat and what type of protection does it have. So, you probably already covered this. It eats grains, carrots, as you do.
Okay.
But the type of protection that it has, it uses its carapace, as you can see right there.
Mm-hmm.
Uses its carapace, and that's because they fight a lot. So like, it's basically survival of the fittest.
Okay.
So when two of them fight, the loser gets like hurt, damaged, like loses a body part. Sometimes they lose like heads or like limbs, like legs, heads, and even their like carapace.
As we illustrated earlier in the video, right? Loss of limbs.
And so then they like usually don't get to breed anymore, and that generation dies off, and the strongest survive.
Exactly. Thank you so much for covering the evolution aspect of it. Only the strong survive. Okay. That's part of it. It happens. All right. Thank you, sir, for your observation.
Bye.
Good job. So this one was a very short, straightforward lab. There's not much that we had to show you as far as content because we covered a lot in a previous day. Okay. Now what we are planning to do is clean out the tanks, and we're also going to add more features to our terrarium. So my young scientists, thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your effort. And we are going to do another one, if not this week, next week. Okay? So, anything that you would like to say before we close it out? There we go. All right. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.